Good morning, good morning, good morning. Come on in, come on in. I give it a minute. Come on in. Come on into the room. We are talking about the law of pain today. We are talking about the law of pain. Let me show this one real quick. The law of pain. Good morning. My name is Angel Abdul-Matin. I am reading from, y'all see my book, The 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. I don't even know why I have to look at this book because I know what this is. So come on in, come on in. I'm going to make sure I'm connected. Get myself connected. First parts of the book. Yes. Here we go. Thank you, Christy, for having me on. Sure, my volume is down. Good morning, queens. Good morning, queens and kings who may come on here and see this in one of my other platforms. Come on in. Today we are talking about the law of pain. The law of pain. I'm pretty sure not something too many of us want to even think about, but it is in something we all go through. Something we all go through. I got 30 minutes. I didn't come on earlier. So I just want to say good morning. Good morning. Drop where you are joining me from, as well as drop a number in the comment. Jessica Scott won the book last week. Every week I send a book to somebody who's been joining me and drops the number in the comment. Okay, so Jessica won last week. Oh, I don't think I posted. Gretchen won last week. Jessica won the week before. So Gretchen Boykin, I will be sending you your book. I will be sending you your book for last week. I'm so sorry. I thought I posted it, but I don't think I did. So Gretchen won the book for last week, and drop a comment. So if you want a chance to win that book, this book, no charge to you at all. It is my service. I am part of the John Maxwell team in training, and my purpose is to serve and add value to you. So I welcome you to this session today, and drop that number in the comment. Drop that number in the comment. I miss people from all platforms, so I'm looking on my. Good morning, Valerie. How are you, sweetie? This one is the law of pain. Okay. Something I know a lot of people don't want to deal with because pain is not fun at all. The law of pain. The book again is the 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. All right. Good management of bad experiences lead to great growth. Okay. I know this for a fact. You live long enough, you learn this. Okay. If you live long enough and you learn this good management of bad experience. And the reason why I can say that because I've had times when I didn't manage well. And I don't know how many of you realize it, but you go through the same thing again. Sometimes you'll go through it 3 or 4 times if you don't manage those bad experiences and you keep wondering, why am I going through the same thing over and over? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Drop where you're from. You're watching this, whether it's now. Y'all know how it goes, that red live thing, we live, and if not, you're watching a replay. And I say welcome to my replay people. If you want a chance to win the book, just go ahead and put a number, and I randomly choose a number. Gretchen Boykin, congratulations. You got the book for last week. Okay. Every problem, and I'm going to start with this one because I feel like this was the perfect way he started the chapter. He says every problem introduces a person to themselves. Sometimes you don't know who you are until you go through it. You don't realize what you would do. You know, you ever hear those people saying, if it was me, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't take him back if he did this to me. I wouldn't stay at that job if this was done. You hear those people? If you've ever heard those type of people, put a 1 in the comment. Okay, put a 1. I'm going to live stream. A 1 in the comment. She's in the summer. All right. Good morning, son. Put a 1 in the comment if you've heard those type of people, because you think you know what you're gonna do when you're in those situations. You think you know, I wouldn't stay with that person if they cheated on me. I wouldn't stay with that person if they abused me. I wouldn't deal with a job that asked me to do this that compromises my integrity. You think those things come up and you wouldn't deal with them. All right. But sometimes you don't know because those problems introduce you to yourself. All right. Those problems introduce you to yourself. So I love the way he kind of brought that in. Every problem introduces a person to themselves. All right. Every problem. He says, how do you actually respond to bad experiences? And I want you to think about this as I'm going through this. How do you respond to bad experiences? All right. Um, do you hold on? Corey, close that door, please. So sorry, y'all, that totally interrupted. How do you respond to bad experiences? Do you explode in anger? Some people blow up. Can y'all believe I used to be not a blow up, but I used to get angry in. Well, let me go through them all. Do you explode and blow up in anger? Do you shrink in yourself emotionally? Do you detach yourself from the experience as much as possible? Or do you just ignore it? Okay, do you just ignore it? I used to kind of be a little bit of all of those. As I've grown, you're talking about 52, and I can see myself. I used to shrink and just like, I don't want to deal with this. I'd ignore it. Then in my later years, I get angry. But yeah, it's a lot that I didn't know. I wasn't learning from these bad experiences. I don't think. And I just was reacting to them, So think about that. How do you normally respond to bad experiences? Do you get depressed? Do you go in the room and you're in your bed and like, I don't want to deal with people? Think about that. For a long time, the way I responded to my bad experiences caused me to have to start over and over and over in my business and some of my career choices because of how I respond to, anger, bad experiences, disappointment, health problems. Okay. And let me tell you, bad experiences aren't just like bad things happening. It's things that you don't desire to happen. All right. He says every problem introduces a person to himself. What an insight. Each time we encounter a painful experience, we get to know ourselves a little better. We do. When my bonus dad, passed away very suddenly at 55, and I didn't even realize how young he was at the time. But when he passed away, I was in the house, and I remember distinctly, I was in my house. My kids were all real little, so they were in the bed sleep, and it was about 1 a.m. And I remember my aunt calling me, and I'm like, I'm on my way to the hospital. And she was like, baby, he's gone. And the first thing I did was go outside the house, and I screamed. I was in the front yard screaming. But I had this sense not to do it in the house because I didn't want to wake my kids up to see me like that. I didn't want them to know their pop-pop was gone. You don't know how you would respond. You think like, but it wasn't. I took them it took me a minute and I had to process it, and I ran out the house. And I'm outside in the yard. I mean, just like screaming to the top of my lungs, daddy's gone. You know what I mean? And so, but I think about that now, like I would have never thought that would have been my response. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't have told me that's how I would have responded to that. But that is how I responded. I went out the door first. For me, I get almost super calm when things get at their worst. I get super calm first. The anger sometimes comes later, but I get super calm. So how many people who are watching, you get super calm? If you get really calm, put a 3. You get calm. And because that's me. Some people fall apart. And that is fine. That is fine. But you got to realize, how do you respond to stuff? How you got to see yourself as that. It says pain prompts us to face who we are and where we are. Where we are. You have to face that. Like, where does that put us at? He goes into a story of a lady whose husband was one of the pilots in 9/11. And a regular day, he left for work, never came back home. And she says it led her into a whole life she didn't realize. She didn't realize that she had become quite lazy with who she was as a person because she relied on her husband so much to take care of the bills, to, all the, today she was a housewife, and she was like, she enjoyed it, but she didn't take part in a lot of things that all of a sudden she was thrusted into. And so she changed her whole way of living, not by her choice. She had to, but she embraced it. She didn't fall apart. So it says what you need to know about bad experiences. Okay. What you need to know. And I'm not seeing any comments. So I don't know if you guys are commenting because I'm looking on all different platforms, but I don't see it. But I'm gonna go ahead and keep going. All right. Maybe I'll see it after. Know what I know about bad experiences. Everybody has them. Everybody. Okay. The words say rain falls on the just and unjust. Everybody has bad experiences. Okay. Know that life is filled with ups and downs. The problem is that what most of us want is ups and ups, right? We don't want the downs. We don't want the downs. We want ups and ups. All right. But that's not possible. I think it's pretty obvious that nobody gets to escape bad experience. Nobody. So the woe is me, kick that out of your toolbox, because you're going to have good times and you're going to have bad times. You're going to. Perhaps the one reason he did a speech on how to do good when things are so bad was very popular, because he says this is funny. Some days you're the pigeon and some days you're the statue. Think about what that means. Some days. All right. Some days. The second thing is no one likes them. Nobody likes going through bad experiences. Okay. Nobody. Get out of the fact of saying I'm a good person. Why me? He said, expecting the world to treat you fairly just because you're a good person is a little like expecting the bull not to charge you because you're a vegetarian. Things happen. Things just happen. It doesn't matter if you're a good person or you're a bad person. They happen. All right. Number 3, few people make bad experiences a positive experience. Okay. Success in life comes not from holding a good hand, but in playing a poor hand well. That right there is the growth. Yes, my mortgage has now increased by $400 a month. Yes, food prices have gone up. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? Are you going to complain? Yes, my business is not, people aren't buying the accessories that I sell all the time. Yes, I'm putting all this work in and I don't see the fruit of it yet. Yes, somebody could say these are bad experiences. I'm struggling financially. My health is not doing well. My parents are sick. My children aren't living up to where I thought they would be. These are things I hear people saying, right? Because you pour into your children. Your parents are, for most of us, have raised us and you've looked to them for guidance. So now when those times flip and now you're almost raising them at some point, you're taking care of them, you're guiding them through this walk. You change your mindset. It changes everything. I look at my mom now and I'm like, thank God I get to be here for her. Now that she goes through her health issues, because she was always there for me, good, bad, or indifferent. She was there. You understand? So you start looking at how, like, thank God my parents, my bonus dad is gone, 55. My dad, pastor, love my first love, the man that I love, my dad, he's still alive. So I have both of my parents that are still living. Look at, change that, because so many of my friends, I'm sure your parents are no longer here. So change that mindset. He says my pain file. Everybody has a pain file. Everybody. You got yours. He said, and I got mine. The pain of inexperience. This has been me. When you join a business or you start something, the pain of inexperience, expecting success to come, and it doesn't. And you got to work on this for years. I have people that join my business and they quit because they say it's not working. And I'm saying, I've been doing this for 11 years. I try to help you avoid some of the pitfalls, but I'm realizing you need those pitfalls. You need that pain so that you can grow. And if I try to make everything so easy and don't let you feel some of that pain, you quit because you think it was just that easy. You quit because, well, you doing it out, and I don't let you see what I went through. So now I'm very transparent and I share with people my pain. So you understand this didn't come easy. This didn't come easy at all. And to me, I'm still not where I want to be successfully, but me as a person, I am more successful. Okay. I've grown. I thought it was all tied to the money I was going to make or the growth of a team. And I couldn't, you ever hear sometime if you get what you want, it's not a blessing, it's a burden. That would have been me. It wouldn't have been a blessing at the time. So God had to grow me. Experiences changed me. Failures got me to change what I was doing and think differently. So then he talks about the pain of incompetence. Are you incompetent? Come on. Most of us are. You just watch somebody else and what they do, and I want to do that, but not realizing they poured into themselves. They grew. Those of you who've been going these Mindset Mondays and on Christy's, she does Sundays and her Tuesday tea, you're growing as a person. That is personal growth. And if you don't grow personally, mostly anything you do is not going to succeed as well as it could. Remember, we talked about that. The speed of it takes much longer if you don't grow yourself. So he says the pain of disappointment. He talks about him and his wife adopting a son. I could talk about the pain of losing 6 babies, 6 miscarriages. All right. 6. The doctor's telling me you'll never have a child. You won't be able to carry one. You're going to keep losing them. And me believing God was like, no, I knew what he promised me. And yes, it was painful. It was painful burying a baby. It was painful having a little cough. It was painful. Do you understand having memorials and people looking at me like I'm crazy? Like, why do you keep doing this to yourself? Because I knew in my heart I was going to have a baby. That's a whole nother live I could do for all these women who's struggling with infertility and struggling to have children. That's a whole nother one. God is faithful. God is faithful. The pain of conflict. Some people don't even like it. You don't want conflict. Why are these people talking about me? Why are they saying I'm not going to say anything, but you dealing with that pain of people you thought were your friends and they're not. Dealing with that. The pain of change. The pain of bad health. I had gotten to a point where I couldn't walk. My knees had gotten so bad. My weight was affecting me walking, me sitting too long, me pain. And the reality is, are you going to change this? Are you going to lose some weight? Are you going to watch what you eat? Or are you going to keep getting bigger? And now you struggling to get out of the chair. I'm talking about I'm pushing up like you're 50 at the time. Are you serious? So it's not going to get anything but worse. So the change, the change of the pain of hard decisions, the pain of financial loss, making bad investments, taking a chance, believing in something, and it didn't pan out. And I lost tons of money. The pain of that. All right. The pain of not being number one. I don't have that problem. I'm not one of those people I need to win. I just need to win at what I have planned. So that could be something you challenge yourself and you're frustrated because you haven't reached that. So I do have personal goals. And sometimes that's the pain. Like, I thought I should be here by now. But that would be to me the pain of disappointment as well. The pain of responsibility. I talk about myself all the time because I feel like if I'm transparent enough to share me, then you're transparent enough to share you or think of you. My younger sister passed away from a drug overdose. She was an addict, beautiful soul. But in doing that, she left 3 children, teenagers, special needs. They all lived with me. At one time in my life, my mom was here too. And in our family, there were 12 people living in our home. That was a pain of responsibility. I knew I had to step up. Like, this is my family. I can't let them just be out there. And the pain of responsibility. I'm going to stop there because that'll have me into a whole nother tears. But everybody's good. They were here long enough to get themselves together. Now they've moved on. My niece got a good job. She didn't even have her GED at the time. She got a diploma. She's now a project manager. She's going to college. My special needs baby, y'all see him. I post him. He's in the Special Olympics. He works at Publix. But like, God is amazing. But that pain of responsibility, I felt like it was going to take me out. I knew I was doing the right thing, but it was hard. My mom wasn't well at the time, it was really difficult to be here. And there was people in every room, the sunroom, the living room, every room, somebody was taking camp. And I thank God for provision. But I learned from that pain, and my children have learned from that pain because they all went through it. They opened up their rooms to their cousins and shared it. And guess what? Now they will be adults who know what it's like to help people in their time of need and see the fruition of it. Like when you help them and give them just the platform to grow and give them that time they need, and then watch them grow. You know what I'm saying? My niece now, she always taking in people and she helping them. She's like, my auntie and my uncle did it for me. She doing the same. So the pain. So let's get through that real quick. Now you have to, and this part I'm going to post. I didn't put a lot of notes on here. This part, I want you, he always has a part of what to do now, right? So we know these are some pain points. For some other people, it may be a little different. All right. He says life is not the way it's supposed to be. It's the way it is. All right. The way you cope with it is what makes you the difference. A lot of times we're like, oh, why this had to happen? You know, I don't like my life. My apartment too small. I don't have the right car. My car keep breaking down. My mother-in-law used to say, broken down car is better than a dressed up walk. An old raggedy car is better than a dressed up walk. So what? If it's breaking down, it's paid for, whatever, get it fixed, keep it going. Like you just got to change your mindset and stop looking at woe is me all the time. So how to change your pain into a gain. Okay. The first thing is choose a positive life stance. Choose a positive life stance. This is what I live on. Okay. I am that person that tries to see positivity in everything. And I know it makes people sick. Like even my family sometimes like, here she go, you know, but I'm like, it could be worse. You know what I mean? It could be worse. Life could be worse. So yes, I'm looking at that part. Hold on, I thought this was down. Worse. So yeah. It could be worse. And so I'm always looking at it from that point of view, that things go bad, but they could be worse than what they are now. And if you're not careful, they will be. Okay. If you're not careful, they will be. Let me click on that. I think I can see the comments. That's what I'm looking at. Y'all. I can't. Okay, I'm getting distracted. I see it. I'm getting distracted. So let me get back focused. See, this is why I don't take my eyes off it. But I'll go look at my comments later. But this is why I don't. Okay. So choose a positive life stance. The next one is embrace and develop your creativity. If you are struggling with money, and figure a way to get around it. If you're struggling with bad relationships, he says, figure it out. Understand that life is good and bad. Some of the good and some are bad, and I can't control it. That is life. You can't control it all. And when you understand that, it gets so much better. See, look, now I say 33 comments. I ain't seen none of this. It just popped up. All right, let me get back, folks. I'm going to go back and I'm going to answer all of those. But I didn't see any of that stuff. He says, if I have a negative life stance, the good and bad will become worse. If you don't, and I have a friend, I love her so much. And I just think life has made her negative. I think life has made her negative, right? I see it. I see it coming through. That pain is your gain. But she sees everything through half empty. You know, the glass is half empty. I am big on this half full. Okay. Yes, you gotta think, even a person who lives in a shelter, they're doing better than the person that's on the street. The person without the shoes is better than the person that's missing feet. You know, I truly believe in that. Like you gotta see, like, even it's bad. It is bad. Things happen that are really bad, but why is this happening to me? What can I do about it? How am I going to handle this? And that's how I get my kids to see this. First of all, you always have a plan B. Think about it. So don't let life just take you out. Yes, it was bad. All right. Yes, things happen. How are you going to deal with it? The next one is embrace the value of bad experience, because they are. You ever hear how a diamond is created? It is put under immense heat and pressure for that black coal to be crushed until it becomes this beautiful diamond. Baby, life will make you a diamond. if you learn from them bad experiences. You will be a diamond. You will shine bright in whatever area you are, as a mother, as a parent, as a friend. I have learned I am a great friend. I've not always surrounded myself around great friends. So as I grow and as I change, I've lost some friends. I've lost some people. I don't even know if they were my friends. They were people that I associated with. I don't know if they were my friends now. You know what I mean? Once I wasn't giving so much, I didn't get back any, people, they start changing on you. So you got to think about those experiences. What did it teach you? All right. What does it teach you? When I was having all those miscarriages, I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about myself. When I went through my divorce, I learned a lot about myself. I remember the first Valentine's, I was like, I'm going to celebrate me. I'm going to love me, God. And I remember getting like a little sparkly, and I had my own chocolates. My kids were gone with their father. And instead of being sad that I was by myself, I embraced myself. And it was amazing experiences. So you got to figure out how to embrace those value those bad experiences. Make good changes after learning from bad experiences. And I can tell you, I did that from my marriage. My second marriage, my husband is amazing, but I don't know if I would have appreciated who he is. And he says it, he doesn't know if he would appreciate me as a wife if he didn't go through his first marriage, because I was different. And I tell my ex-husband, you people can say, oh, he was a dog, or my husband was this and that. I played some part in probably who he was too. I wasn't the woman I am now. I was a young girl learning who I was. I tell my kids all the time, take responsibility. It takes two people to make things bad. You know what I mean? If I go into it, sometimes I'm like, I feel like he did a little more, but I ain't gonna go into that. We can always, because I tried to stay, I tried to work it out. But it wasn't meant for me. I learned from that bad experience how to be a better wife. And it was not cooking, cleaning. It wasn't doing all of that. It was loving Angel. It was being true to who I am. And my husband, who I have now, loves me for who I am. It's not always me trying to be something I'm not. You know what I mean? So that part, oh my goodness. If you know what I'm talking about, drop a heart in the comment. If you just want to be you, find friends who love you for who you are, your quirkiness, your silliness. Some people don't even know that part about me. I could be so silly, and but everybody don't know that. They don't take the time to get to know that. All right. I know I'm running out of time. The next one is take responsibility for your life. Stop playing the victim. Stop it. It doesn't make you feel good. Why did he hurt me? Why did she say that about me? Why everybody else is doing their business and I'm doing it like that and it's not working for me? How did she get a good husband and I know what she out there doing and I'm doing this? And stop it. Why is my health not good? Why do they get the position in the church, even though I'm the one that show up for everything? It's not your calling. It's not meant for you. It's not everything you see ain't meant for you. That's why it goes back to creating your own goals. Create your goals for you that you want because you want them. And then you work for that. Don't work to get what Christy has, what Lisa has, what somebody else, they marriage look like. Baby, me and my husband go through. People like, oh, y'all got the perfect marriage. No, we don't have the perfect marriage. We got a good marriage for us. And we work at that thing. We work. Where our motto is, we fight to stay. That's what we do. I didn't have that before. I didn't know how to even do that before. My ex-husband and I, we were young. We didn't know how to do that. We were just emulating I was emulating what my parents did and what I saw my mom endure. And she probably was doing what she did, what she saw my grandma do. And it wasn't always valuing herself. My mom is an amazing, strong woman. And she doesn't give herself credit sometime of who she is, which many of us don't. So she wanted to make my dad happy, my bonus dad. And so that's what I grew up seeing. And so I thought my purpose in my marriage, if I make my husband happy, remember from Waiting to Exhale, Angela Bassett, she says, if I gave him what he needed, I thought he'd give me what I needed. What a farce. That doesn't always happen. That doesn't always happen. Now I have that. And sometimes we don't always get it right. My husband, I try to give him what he needs, but I'm at a place where now I'm gonna make sure I get what I need too. So it's a little different. So those are the things he says that you can do to make turn that pain into a gain. All right, turn it to a gain. I love. He says find ways. He says life begins and ends at the end of your comfort zone. Most of us we so used to being in pain, we don't even know how to come out of it. We don't know what it feels like to be released from it. We don't even desire it. Some of us are comfortable in our pain. Okay, some of y'all are comfortable in your pain. I can say that now. I'm not comfortable in my pain. In fact, I don't reside in negativity. I don't reside in people complaining. I changed my address. There is no more welcoming that. My street don't come on negativity street. I don't come to yours. I used to feel like it was my place to help everybody through their problems. And those were the type of people I was attracting. My business mentor used to tell me that, and I would be angry with her. Like, I'm just trying to help them. But in a process of helping them, I started to become down. Remember, you're the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with. So if the 5 people you're around the most are broken, are pity party people, are negative, are drama filled, are woe is me, who are you? Who are you? You're not going to be good to anybody else. And sometimes once those people have used you up, there's nothing left for your family. There's nothing left for you. Because mind you, some of them woe is me people are in your family. They're your best friends. You have to be brave enough to embrace these bad experiences, find the value in them, and say, I'm not going anywhere. I'm on a hamster wheel, doing the same thing over and over, doing the same thing over and over. All right. Facing difficulties is inevitable. Learning from them is optional. Are you going to learn? What have you learned? Will you learn? Okay. Pain, we all going to go through it. We're all going to go through it. I have gone through some things I never thought in my life I would go through. And some of them are with my children, watching them make bad decisions and having the police come to your house. You don't know how you're going to respond. You don't know how you'll respond. You don't know when you get a phone call and come get me. I'm at McDonald's. There's 5 police cars surrounded around me. Auntie, come get, I'm scared. I don't know what to do. You don't know. Bad experiences, that responsibility weigh heavy on me. And I say, God, I need you to relieve some of this from me. I learned I cannot take care of all of it. And God said, baby, take off that cape. I know the plans I have for you. This is not it. I will take care of your children. I will take care of your nieces and nephews. I will take care of your mom. I learned from my bad experience. For me, it was to lean on my faith like I've never leaned on it before. And that's where I am now. And I got so much more peace and joy because He is real for me. I done turned this to a whole church sermon. I'm sorry, but for me, this is how I learned from my pain and what I'm doing. So sometimes people are like, Angel, you look different. You look because I am. Because the Bible says, seek ye first. I seek him first. And now everything else is starting to line up. Everything is starting to line up in his time. Don't rush it. All right. Don't rush it. And the last thing I'm going to leave y'all with, because my time is up, it says, remember, if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always gotten. If you want to arrive at a new destination, you need to take a new path. What's going to be your new path? What are you going to do differently? Are you going to be brave enough? Because you got it in you. It is in you. Sometimes that's changing your mindset. And when you change your mindset, what do I say? You change your life. You change who you're around. You change how you operate. You change how you spend your money. You change. You're patient. You understand the process. You don't give up. after 1 month, 1 year, 2. You understand? I started something new. I started a new family. I got a blended family. It's now, we going through some stuff. Am I going to give up on my marriage? No, I'm going to take the time to make it work. Figure out, get creative. How do I make this work? Google it. There's things we could do. But don't complain. Don't call your girlfriend. I'm not supposed to be ending this. Don't call your girlfriend. Girl, you know what's going on. You know what his kid's doing. No, my bonus babies, I love them, but we worked on it. I love y'all. Okay. I could go on probably another 30 minutes, but I love you. There is power in pain. You don't understand it sometimes, but most people, if you talk to them, the things they learned the most happened when they were experiencing pain, unimaginable trauma, and they learned from it. I love you all. Be blessed. Be blessed. Get the book. There's an assessment in here about pain. Put your number in there if you want to be one of these people that win the book. Congratulations to Gretchen Boykin for winning it last week. Be blessed, guys. Happy Monday Mindset. Mwah.